Welcome to this next session. This is brand templating, the secret to creating more effective content that gets results. I am Garrett Jestice, head of marketing for Lucidpress, and I want to thank you for taking the time to spend with me today. I know there's a lot of really great sessions at this conference, so thank you. I'm going to do my best to make sure that you can leave here with something tangible to take back and apply in your own businesses. So over the course of the last few years, I've had the opportunity to work with hundreds, if not maybe thousands of companies, especially marketing and branding leaders who were trying to implement some sort of templating system. And I want to share some more about some of the context that I've learned from interacting with all of these different companies and learning about the challenges that they're facing and trying to solve by creating internal templates. So first off, though, I want to let you know who this session is for. I think it's the worst when you show up to a session, you think it's for you, and then you find out halfway through that it actually isn't. So if you're a graphic designer who's sick of wasting time on mundane content tweaks and edits, this session's probably for you. If you're a brand manager that wants to spend more time building your brand and less time policing it, I think you'll find some value in this session. And if you're a marketing leader that wants to empower your org to produce more effective content that gets real business results, I think you'll find value in this. Well, who's this session not for? So if you're a graphic designer looking for tips for producing creative templates for other designers to use, that's not what this session's about. We're talking about creating templates for employees to use across the organization to customize, especially those non-designers. If you're a brand manager who would never consider empowering employees to customize templates, this session is probably not for you unless you want to consider changing your mind. And if you're a marketing leader that doesn't believe that more effective content will lead to tangible business results for your org, hey, every company is a little bit different, but you probably won't find as much value in this session. All right, so let's jump in. If you leave with one thing today, this is what I want you to remember. One of the most important investments that winning marketing teams are making today is in a strong internal brand templating program. And so for some of you out there who are listening who have started realizing this already, you're probably nodding your head saying, yeah, but I think there's probably many of you out there who are thinking, say what? Templates? Really? One of the most important investments? Think of all of the different things that pull at our time and money for marketers. And really, do we really think that templates are one of the most important investments? Yes, I do. And I want to take some time to explain that to you today and why I think that that is based on the research that I've done with all of these different companies. So we live in this new age that I like to call the content economy. You've probably seen a change happening the last few years in your companies. This is what it looks like. The demand for content is increasing. And when we're talking about content, we're talking about it in the broadest sense of the word. Content is not just web content or not just blog posts, but it could be anything branded, any sort of sales or marketing materials that your company puts out. Business cards, posters, flyers, display ads, anything. And most companies are producing significantly more content than they did a year ago. Is yours? I'd be willing to bet it probably is. Combined with that is the fact that everyone across your organization is now a content creator. So maybe it's sales people or employees, maybe even vendors and partners are creating a variety of content on behalf of your brand for an increasingly fragmented audience. And the truth is it's getting harder and harder for content to break through the noise that's out there. Look at some of these stats that I've pulled. I'm sure you've seen some of these before, but they just blow my mind. Every single day, on average, 4.4 million new blog posts are published online. 207 million marketing direct mail pieces are delivered by the US Postal Service. 350 million new photos are uploaded to Facebook, and over 1 billion hours of YouTube videos are watched. So the takeaway is it's not enough to just create a piece of content and hope to show up today. There's so much noise out there that it's just not effective. And the truth is, most of us are failing. Most content that we're creating is not meeting customer expectations. This is from some research from Forrester, and they found that 60% of buyers believe that content that vendors provide is useless. Oh, as a marketer, that just hurts. It hits me, right in the heart that it's just useless. And so how can we create more effective content? It's the winning organizations today that are finding ways to create more effective content that leads to real results for your business or for your organization. Real results such as improving speed to market. Effective content helps build brand trust. It helps close deals. It helps increase market share for your organization in the markets that you serve. So it's not just about the volume of content that we put out. While that's important, it's also equally important, if not more, to create more effective content that gets these results. And to be effective, content must meet the needs of all of these different groups that you work with. And so if content just meets the needs of your customers or just your team or just your brand, it's not going to be truly effective. So what are the needs that your customers have from your content in order to be effective? Well, customers need your content to be personalized to them so that it's relevant. They need it to be timely. They need it to be useful, which for marketing content often means that it's educational or entertaining. What does your team need? Let's imagine a frontline salesperson who's working with a prospect. They need that prospect to do something, and they have a need for content to help them convince that prospect to do something. So that salesperson needs your content to be easy to find, quick to customize with their unique insights that they have on that customer, and then easy to share without the heartburn or apprehension of, man, this doesn't look good, or it doesn't quite meet the needs that I was going for. What does your brand need from your content? Well, your brand, of course, you need your content to be consistent and on brand. You need it to be easier to produce for your creative team so that they're not stuck in the cycle of just producing small tweaks and edits. And that you need your content to be adopted and used across the whole company so that your creative team can have the insights into which content is resonating most often and what they can create more of and what they need to improve upon. And the truth is, in today's content economy, creating this effective content takes this full team effort. Those siloed efforts of the past no longer work. So two of the more common formats that we see out there of siloed efforts is what I like to call the brand prison. That's one of them, where you might have a central creative or marketing team that says, hey, you send us all your requests and we'll create the content for you because we're the experts on the brand, right? On the flip side of that, you might have organizations that just say, hey, it's the Wild West. So you create whatever you want. And the result of that is there's a lot of stuff that gets created that's off brand, that doesn't look great and causes kind of heartburn because people don't want to really share it. And so those siloed efforts no longer work. It takes that full team effort to create truly effective content today. And the reality is that in this content economy that we're in, there are going to be organizations that are winners and losers. The losing organizations are going to be those that limit the creators, silo teams, and as a result, create ineffective content that stunts the growth of their organizations. The winning organizations, on the other hand, are those that are finding ways to empower creators all across the organization in order to scale expertise that everyone has, whether it's on the brand or whether it's on the customer, to create truly relevant, effective content that helps build lasting brands. So how do you do this? Well, the solution is what we call brand templating. Brand templating is really all about empowering everyone across your organization, all brand stakeholders, with the resources and the tools that they need to create or customize effective content quickly and easily. And I really believe that it's the solution for thriving in today's new content economy. So what does that look like? Brand templating. Well, there's three main steps. Let me tell you about it. The first is creating easy to find libraries of both approved templates and the assets that people might need in order to customize those templates and stay on brand. Assets might include logos, colors, pre-written approved copy, any of these types of things that someone might need in order to customize a template would be included. So you create these libraries, you share them out with everyone across the org. Step two, though, is making sure you lock down important elements of your templates in order to ensure consistency. So if you have a logo, you don't need anyone to tweak or change that. So you lock it down completely so they don't need to. But if you have a text box there, maybe you lock down the position of that text box and you enforce your brand font and colors, but you allow someone to swap out the content and change the content of that. By setting up granular locking system like this on the templates that you're creating, you're allowing non-designers the ability to go in and customize, and you're giving them the guardrails that they need to succeed. You're not saying, hey, we're the experts, send us your content and your requests and we'll create all the content for you. No, you're letting and you're empowering others to create and customize content. But again, you're giving them the guardrails that they need to be successful and ensure that things are created consistently and so that they're more effective. And then the last step, once you've created those templates and those assets and you've locked down elements of those templates, you empower non-designers across your entire organization to personalize those templates and share the finalized content. By doing this, you're able to leverage the expertise of your creative and brand team on your brand, the expertise of the employees across the org in order to create more truly effective content for your customers that gets real business results. So just to recap, brand templating, when implemented successfully at an organization, it can give your organization or your team fewer mundane creative requests for your central creative team so they can focus on larger, more strategic initiatives, more consistency across your brand, or compliance maybe with legal or other terms that you have, or rules or regulations. More effective content by integrating the expertise and leveraging that everyone has in order to create content together as a team. You can create more truly effective content that gets results and stands out. And one of the biggest results, I think, for most businesses of truly effective content is increased market share in the markets that you serve. And that's why I believe that one of the most important investments that winning marketing teams are making today is in a strong brand templating programs internally that help them to facilitate this process of more effective content creation. And that's it. So I hope you found something that you found useful today that you can take back and apply in your own roles and in your own jobs. I would love to hear if you have questions. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear your feedback on this session, whether you liked it or whether you didn't. And if you'd like to learn more about how Lucidpress, a brand templating platform, can help your team and your organization create more truly effective content by creating this system of templates and assets that can be locked down and shared with others, then feel free to check out the website here. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great rest of the time at this awesome event.